Man, it's like the movie Groundhog Day all over again. I'm here on Washington Street in Royal Oak at one of Royal Oak's finest restaurants, Lily's Seafood. So let's go on inside and see what the Morton family, the proprietors of the restaurant, have in store for us today. Today I'm joined with Bob Morton of the Morton family. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Tommy. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Gosh, we've got a great family restaurant here on Washington and Royal Oak.
Appreciate that.
And tell me, let's get into the history of it, about who Lily was or is and
Sure.
how you guys got here.
I'm in partnership with my family. My brother Scott and I are on premise all the time. Lily was our great-grandmother. Both my grandparents were Scottish immigrants. Moved to Detroit right around the turn of the century. And in kind of bouncing about for names for the restaurant, we really were trying to find something that evoked kind of a warm and homey kind of feeling. And her name, came to mind right away. So we really named it after her, but more that just a very welcoming and warm kind of home. So that's really where the name came from.
So what you've done is you've taken what you've learned from your grandmother and brought it here and welcomed everyone as a guest to your own restaurant.
That's certainly been our intent, and thus far we've been really fortunate that it's been well received. I think that our overriding philosophy has always been take care of the guest. At the end of the day, it's just an empty building. It doesn't generate any income or anything like that. It's the folks that come in and populate the place that really give it its life. We like to say that the building is just kind of a skeleton or an empty shell, and it's our guests that are the lifeblood of the restaurant. So we've always been very focused on their satisfaction. We really don't feel that there's enough that we can do for our guests. I think we have to throw out a couple of nods to our chef, Scott Brown, incredibly creative and very, very talented, and all of our kitchen staff, the wait staff to front to back, everybody's focused on the guests. So that focus on the customer is a really, really important thing.
The food you serve here, very creative.
Certainly, certainly. We bring in fresh proteins and produce 6 days a week. We have a base menu that's always available, lunch and dinner. But again, a really great thing that I'm really proud of and also awed by is the fact that the kitchen staff comes up with specials every single day, not only at dinner, but also at lunch. So you could eat at Lily's 364 days a year, because we're not open on Christmas Day, but truly never have the same dish twice here. So again, that creativity, that commitment to the quality, really comes through, and I think it's served us well.
Well, let's move to something quite interesting. In-house brewery.
That's true. We've been here going on 11 years. A lot of folks have eaten here numerous times, and they may be on their way to the restroom and start to question, what are all these big copper tanks back here? And we'll explain to them that we make our own beer. Time and time again, we've heard folks say, I didn't realize you make your own beer. My brother Scott, who comes up with all of our beers, again, really, really unique things that fortunately are not easily replicated. Scott's won quite a few awards for the beer. It's really well received. Our beer sales have grown every single year that we've been here. So, it's a big part of our business. But again, it's really another kind of facet that's the jewel of Lily's, we like to say.
Well, let's talk about what I really like to talk about, not only beer, but food.
Okay.
Southwest shrimp dish.
It's a classic, and it's one of our signature dishes. Basically, fresh shrimp. They're sauteed with jalapeno, serrano, and poblano peppers. Cooks off some of that heat, but the heat's still there. They deglaze that with a little bit of sweet Marsala wine, simmer it with just a touch of whole cream, and then finish it with a dollop of butter. It's just a great dish. I mean, not only the shrimp flavorful with the julienne peppers on there, but the sauce is incredible. And we usually find folks asking for just a little bit more bread to get the last of that sauce up off the plate. So it's been a really, really successful dish for us. It's been with us since we opened, and we're really, really proud of it.
Blue marlin. What's going on with that?
That's a great dish. It goes back to the kitchen staff and our chef, Scotty Brown. They'll look at what proteins are available and fresh to them that day. They'll order them first thing in the morning. The blue marlins, it's a great fish. It tends to be best enjoyed probably in the mid-rare range. You don't want to overcook a blue marlin, but when it's done right, slightly sweet, great texture, almost a little taste of the ocean in there. So
what's that served with?
It was done with a black bean and corn salsa, roasted potatoes. Had a chipotle sour cream on there. It's drizzled with a little bit of a chipotle honey that Scotty also puts together.
Oh.
Some chive-infused olive oil. Just a really nice way to marry, you know, a whole lot of flavor.
Well, then I guess we're going to wrap it up with one final dish.
Okay.
And what would that be?
I'm just guessing here, it may be our hot fudge cream puff. Again, another dish we've had from the very beginning. We're really proud of the fact that we do make our own pâte à choux to make our cream puffs. We use a French vanilla ice cream, real Saunders hot fudge. This one really has a lot of connection for us because as kids, our grandparents, for a special treat, would take us to one of the Saunders counters, lunch counters that used to be around. So that was always a big part of our life. Coming back to Michigan, Saunders obviously a Michigan company. There used to actually be a Saunders store in the Washington Square building right around the corner, a soda fountain over there. So we really thought that would be a great fit, probably our highest selling dessert. It's just a great way to end a meal. It speaks to Michigan, but also speaks to Lily's, you know, commitment to quality and trying to create as much of it as we can in-house. So we're really proud of that dish as well.
Oh, you would have to be. And what I need to say to everyone is you purchase locally.
Certainly.
As many local products as you can throughout the year.
You know, I would just say that we are really involved with the community farm, which is a new event here in Royal Oak. So it's been a great kind of a partnership for us. We buy as much produce from them as we can. It's all grown locally. Money's going back into the local community, so we're really, really proud of that.
Well, that's what the show is all about.
Yeah, we really appreciate you coming in today.
We've got our Southwest shrimp, our blue marlin, and a Michigan cream puff. Well, let's get to work. Okay. Oh man. We've got a marsala cream with peppers. That'll rock you back. We've got our chipotle sour cream and our blue marlin. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Really, really, really tender, not overdone. The rub that they use on is fantastic, really imparts the grilled flavor on the char grill. Check this bad boy out. God, is that gooey. Well, folks, again, cheers to all of you. I'd like to thank our hosts here at Lily Seafood on Washington in Royal Oak.